A night of unspoken truths. It was one of those early autumn evenings when the air smelled like roasted chestnuts, and the streets shimmered under gentle strings of warm cafe lights. The Harrington family had planned a gathering weeks in advance, a simple dinner to celebrate the end of summer, nothing extraordinary. Yet every member of the family felt a quiet anticipation, as if the night itself was holding its breath. Evelyn Harrington, 24, stood on the balcony of her parents' large stone house outside Richmond, smoothing the navy apron of her bakery uniform. She had rushed straight from work. Flour still dusted her forearms, curls escaping her braid, cheeks flushed from the heat of the ovens. She didn't mind. She loved her job with all her heart, creating pastries that brought people comfort. She dreamed of opening her own bakery one day, a dream she had nurtured since childhood. Inside the dining room, warm lamplight spilled across the long mahogany table. Family friends arrived in soft clusters. The Lamberts next door, Mr. Collins, the retired violinist, Aunt Georgina with her red lipstick and dramatic stories. Voices blended together in laughter and chatter. It was the kind of evening people remembered. Everyone was there except one person. Adrian, Evelyn's older brother by 3 years. Adrian Harrington, 27, successful financial consultant, the golden child of the family. He carried confidence the way others carried a coat, naturally, effortlessly. People admired him, trusted him, expected great things from him. He had been offered a prestigious position in London, a job many would kill for. Tonight's gathering was also meant to quietly celebrate his new beginning. But Adrian's car wasn't in the driveway. His chair was empty. "Evelyn, sweetheart, go check your phone," her mother whispered to her. "Maybe he texted you." Evelyn stepped aside into the hallway and checked her messages. Nothing from Adrian. But she did have an email notification from the Royal Culinary Institute of Paris. Her breath caught. She had applied months ago, in secret, after her mentor encouraged her. It was the best pastry school in the world, the kind of place where dreams finally had a chance. She had poured every ounce of her heart into that application. Hands trembling, she opened the email. "We regret to inform you that your application has been withdrawn at your request." Withdrawn. Request. Her vision blurred. She backed into the wall, breath shallow, heart pounding as if the air around her had frozen. She hadn't withdrawn anything. She hadn't even logged into the portal since submitting her final essay. Someone else had. The dining room erupted in applause. Adrian had finally arrived. Evelyn forced her breath back into her lungs, slipped her phone into her pocket, and stepped into the glow of the room. Adrian entered with a charming smile, stylish coat, and easy confidence. Everyone greeted him warmly, clapping him on the back. Evelyn watched. His gaze crossed hers for a moment, warm, brotherly, and something inside her cracked painfully. He knew. She could see it. A brief flicker in his eyes, a shadow of guilt. Dinner unfolded under candlelight and clinking silverware. But mid-conversation, as people shared stories, Evelyn excused herself quietly and stepped into the darkened hallway. She needed a moment before tears broke free. Her phone buzzed. A message from Adrian. "Evie, I'm sorry. I withdrew your application. It wasn't supposed to hurt you like this." Her knees weakened. Before she could reply, another message came. "You're meant to stay here. Mom and Dad need you. The bakery job is safe. Paris would have changed everything." Evelyn's breath shook. The betrayal burned through her chest, hot and suffocating. He didn't trust her dream. He didn't believe she should leave. He didn't want her to outshine him. She had been supportive his entire life. Every exam, every interview, every heartbreak, and this was what he did with her trust. For a long moment, she couldn't breathe. Then a warm hand touched her shoulder. Her father. "Sweetheart, what's wrong?" At the sound of his voice, the dam broke. Tears streamed down her face as she handed him the phone. He read the messages silently. His jaw tightened, then softened with sadness deeper than anger. "Come with me," he said. They returned to the dining room, where laughter filled the air like nothing was wrong. Evelyn felt removed from it, as though standing behind glass. Her father tapped a spoon against his glass. "Everyone, may I have your attention?" The room quieted. Adrian straightened slightly, recognizing his father's tone. "I believe there's something important that must be addressed tonight, Mr. Harrington continued, voice steady, regarding Evelyn and regarding Adrian. A hush fell. Evelyn felt exposed, trembling, but her father squeezed her hand, grounding her. Evelyn was accepted into the Royal Culinary Institute of Paris, he announced. A collective gasp. But, he continued, eyes filled with disappointment, her application was withdrawn by someone else. Adrian's face turned pale. Evelyn's mother covered her mouth. Aunt Georgina dropped her fork. Mr. Harrington's voice grew quieter, heavier, and that someone was Adrian. Silence deeper than any Evelyn had ever known swallowed the room. Adrian closed his eyes, shame washing over him. I didn't mean, he began, but his voice cracked. I thought she wasn't ready. I thought she needed to stay here. I thought, you thought wrong, Evelyn's mother whispered, tears in her eyes. Guests exchanged glances, murmurs rising and falling, like distant waves. Some looked hurt, others heartbroken on Evelyn's behalf. Mr. Collins shook his head, whispering, dreams are not ours to steal. Adrian stood slowly, his voice trembling. Evie, I was scared. You're better than me. You've always been. But I'm the one everyone expects to succeed. I panicked. I didn't want to lose you to a world I wasn't part of. His confession cut through her. Raw, selfish, painfully honest. Evelyn swallowed her tears. I wasn't leaving you, she said quietly. I was only trying to become who I'm meant to be. Her voice broke, but she kept going, every word trembling. You didn't just take away an opportunity. You took away my choice. Adrian's face crumpled. I know, and I will regret it for the rest of my life. For a moment, all Evelyn felt was grief. For her stolen dream, for the brother she thought she knew, for the trust shattered like glass. But then she saw something else in his eyes, a desperate, painful plea to be forgiven. Not because he deserved it, but because he was family. She took a breath, a deep, trembling breath. Adrian, she whispered, I don't forgive you. Not tonight, but someday, maybe. A single tear slid down his cheek. Her mother reached for her. Her father pulled her into a tight hug. Aunts and uncles murmured gentle words. Family friends offered comfort. The room filled with warmth again. Fragile, tentative, but real. And then, her phone vibrated in her hand. An email. She opened it. Dear Miss Harrington, we detected unusual activity in your application. It has been restored and flagged for priority review. Please expect a call tomorrow. Her heart stopped, then soared. Mr. Harrington read the email over her shoulder and whispered, Hope has a way of returning when you least expect it. Adrian looked away, shoulders shaking with quiet regret. Evelyn stepped forward, touched his hand lightly. Tomorrow, she said softly. Things can change. He nodded. Tears falling freely. The night ended with candles burning low, soft music playing, and a family learning how to heal, slowly, painfully, beautifully. The Harrington home, though wounded, glowed with warmth once more, and Evelyn, brave, trembling, hopeful Evelyn, felt something shift inside her. She felt her dream stirring again, alive, waiting, ready. The morning after the gathering was wrapped in a soft gray dawn, the sky heavy with quiet clouds as if the world itself was unsure how to begin the new day. Evelyn hadn't slept. She sat by her window with a blanket around her shoulders, listening to the early hum of distant traffic and the faint chirping of waking birds. Her heart felt raw, like a bruise still aching from the night before. She kept replaying the look in Adrian's eyes, guilt, regret, fear, love. A storm of emotions she'd never seen in him. At 7:12 a.m., her phone rang. A Paris number. Her breath caught. She answered with trembling fingers. Miss Evelyn Harrington? A warm French voice asked. This is Madame Lenoir, the admissions director of the Royal Culinary Institute. Evelyn's heart began to pound, as if trying to break free from her chest. We deeply apologize for the distress caused, Madame Lenoir continued, her tone sincere. Your application was never rejected by us. We detected unauthorized access and immediately restored your file. Evelyn shut her eyes tightly, tears forming. Your work, the director said, is extraordinary. Your passion bleeds through every word, every detail. We would like to personally invite you to join our incoming class this September, with a full scholarship. A silent gasp escaped Evelyn's lips. A scholarship to Paris, to her dream. Her voice came out as a whisper. Thank you. Thank you so much. We believe in you, Mademoiselle Harrington, and we look forward to watching you flourish. When the call ended, Evelyn pressed the phone to her chest, tears slipping down her cheeks, this time from overwhelming, breath-stealing joy. Footsteps approached her door. A hesitant knock. Evie? Adrian's voice. For a moment, she couldn't speak. Then she whispered, "Come in." He entered slowly, as though afraid of stepping into her world too quickly. His usually neat hair was messy, his eyes red and swollen, his shoulders heavy with sleeplessness. He looked nothing like the confident man from the night before. He looked like a brother broken by his own mistakes. He stood there silently, unable to meet her gaze. "I heard the call," he finally said, voice barely audible. "I stood by the stairs and listened. I shouldn't have, but I wanted to know if you got your chance back." She didn't answer. She couldn't yet. Adrian took a shaky breath and stepped closer. "Evie." His voice cracked. "I'm so sorry." She looked up at him, truly looked, and saw him trembling. Not from fear of punishment, from fear of losing her. "I was cruel," he continued. "I was selfish. I let my insecurities drive me into a place I didn't even recognize in myself. You've always had this light, this softness, this talent that people feel without you even trying. You make life warmer for everyone around you." Tears filled his eyes again. "And I was jealous. It kills me to say it, but it's the truth. I was jealous of how effortlessly you bring joy to people. And I was terrified of being left behind while you soared." Evelyn felt her throat tighten. Adrian swallowed hard, voice trembling. "When I logged into your portal, I told myself I was protecting you. But deep down I knew. I did it because I couldn't bear the thought of you outgrowing the world I still struggled to understand. I stole your choice." He sank to his knees in front of her, something he had never done in his entire life. "I hurt you in the worst way, and I will never forgive myself for it. But if you can someday, somehow, I will spend the rest of my life proving I deserve to be your brother." She had never seen him like this, not even close. Vulnerable, shattered, honest. Her tears finally spilled over. "Adrian," she whispered, "you broke my heart." He nodded, eyes full of pain. "I know, and I will carry that for the rest of my life." "Why didn't you just tell me you were scared?" she asked through tears. "Because," he whispered, "you were the brave one. I didn't know how." Silence fell between them. Heavy but not cold. Slowly, Evelyn reached forward and touched his hand. A small touch, a fragile bridge. "I'm hurt," she said softly. "Deeply. But I don't want to lose you either." Adrian covered his face with his hands and exhaled a sob he'd been holding for far too long. A sound that came from guilt and love and relief all at once. She pulled him into a gentle hug. For a moment, they simply clung to each other, brother and sister, flawed and human, holding together the pieces of their shared pain. After a long moment, Adrian pulled back, wiping his face. "What can I do?" he asked, voice steadier, but still trembling. "Tell me how to make this right." Evelyn thought for a moment, then said quietly, "Be there for me." Truly be there. If I go to Paris, don't pull away, don't disappear into your fears. Come visit, call me, support me, be my brother. Adrian nodded vigorously, eyes shining. "I'll be at every opening. I'll taste everything you make. I'll tell everyone I meet that my sister is the most talented pastry chef in Paris." She laughed softly through tears. "We'll see about that." He took her hands in his. "I love you, Evie. I've always loved you. I just let the wrong part of me speak louder." She squeezed his fingers. "And now?" "Now," he whispered, "I want to be the person you believe I can be." A long silence settled, warm, healing, promising. Evelyn stood, looked out the window, and whispered, "I'm going to Paris." Adrian stepped beside her, eyes glistening with a mix of pride and sorrow. "And I'll be cheering for you," he said, "every step of the way." For the first time in years, Evelyn believed him. And for the first time in his life, Adrian meant it with all his heart.